that you get undressed. I hear symphonies in my head. I wrote this song just looking at you. Yeah, the drums they swing low, and the trumpets they go. And the trumpets they go. Yeah, the trumpets they go. Is it weird that I hear violins whenever you're gone? Whenever you're gone. Yeah. Is it weird that your ass remind me of a Kanye West song? Kanye West song. Is it weird that I hear trumpets when you're turning me on? Turning me on. Is it weird that your bra remind me of a Katy Perry song? Every time that you get undressed, I hear symphonies in my head. I wrote this song just looking at you. Yeah, the drums they swing low, and the trumpets they go. And they play for you, girl. And the trumpets they go. Yeah. Yeah, the trumpets they go. Every time that you moan, oh yeah. Is it weird that your eyes remind me of a Coldplay song? Coldplay song. Is it weird that I hear trumpets when you're turning me on? Is it weird that your bra remind me of a Katy Perry song? Every time that you get undressed, I hear symphonies in my head. I wrote this song looking at you. Oh yeah. Every time you get undressed, every time that you get undressed, symphonies in my head, symphonies in my head. I wrote this song, looking at you. Yeah, the drums they swing low, and the trumpets they go. Acapella on them. There you go. Oh yeah. Come on. Come on. Come on. There you go.
Hey, what's up? It's Wednesday. Welcome to another amazing episode of TDR Undressed. Of course, it's your girl, Miss Myami B, and of course, I'm joined by my two beautiful, amazing hosts, Miss Sauce, and of course, the beautiful and the sexy Miss Seneca Mack. Hey, guys.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey now.
Am I coming through okay?
Yes, you guys sound amazing.
Okay.
You guys sound amazing. But what was I going to say? So, of course, it's a brand new episode. We didn't have an episode last week because we missed Tasha. She had some family things going on, so we didn't want to have a show without her. And so we went ahead and who owned two devices? So we didn't want to have a show without her. So we just wanted to, give her a little break. She had some stuff going on, family issues, which we all do. So we just took a little bit of a break, and it actually wasn't bad because I think we probably all needed a break. But we miss you guys as always, as we always do. We miss you guys so much when we're not here. And today's episode of TDR Undressed is actually pretty special. It's crazy how sometimes here on TDR Undressed specifically, let's be specific, sometimes we do a little bit of I hate to admit this. We do a little bit of men bashing. Not a lot. We do a little bit of it. We're guilty of it. And so today's episode of TDR Undressed is just about it's called Dear Black Men. And it's just to kind of shine a spotlight on our black men in our, around us and in our community and people that we know or people that we date or have dated. And so that's kind of what the show is about today. So I'm excited. I think the girls are excited. I know Tasha is excited. Seneca, you ready?
Yeah, I'm glad I'm back. I'm glad I can do the show. I was so disappointed last week.
I mean,
I was ready, and then things do happen. So, but I'm definitely glad to be back. And this is one of those subjects that I am all for. Our Black Kings.
Yes. So I'm excited about today's show. My phone is doing me some justice today because it's trying to log on to the show not only via my phone, but online too. I don't know why it's doing it, but whatever. Blog Talk Radio always give us the blues when it's a good topic. I don't know why. When it's a good topic. What was I gonna say? Hold on. We're gonna take a really quick music break so that Seneca can give Seneca a chance to get her phones and stuff together. So instead of taking a music break, actually we're gonna take a poem break, and this is a poem I'm actually excited about. This poem is called "Dear Black Men." So you'll hear like a brief pause, and then you'll hear her start. So don't be alarmed. We not dead airing it on y'all. It's just a brief pause in the poem. So with that being said, we're going to listen to Dear Black Men right here on TDR Undressed.
Dear Black Man, I am not staring at you because I think you are going to rob me. I promise, I will not hold my purse tighter when you are around, nor lock my car doors just because you walk by. I cannot take my eyes off you because your beauty is breathtaking. It reminds me of safety, of protector, of strength. Your melanin holds manuscripts of those who created dynasties birthed by queens who first populated this planet. Your melanin is magic. This is no Mandingo memoir, nor some type of sick fetish. You are no object, nor oversexed male. You are lover, friend. You are no thug. Let this serve as a reminder that your life matters more than just the people who look like you. I speak for the people who look like me, who may actually be afraid to say it. That without you, there is no America, no so-called land of the free, where your equality is said to be subpar to even me. There is no revolution, no passion, no art or music. There is no renaissance, no birth, no breath, no life, no me, no spoken word. You are the creator of good things. God's image is etched into your very being. Black man, you are no boy. The pavement was never meant to be your grave. Blood-splattered shirts were never meant to be your attire. Your skin was never meant to be a target. Your smile was never supposed to fade. Your wings were never meant to be caged behind bars in a country that you helped build, symbolized by an eagle. Despite the hypocrisy, you forgive. Black man, it is okay to cry. I will cry with you. We will cry with you. Solidarity was never meant for the cold-hearted anyway. Let's leave the hate for the media and the lies that they spray. They spit on your character as though it were dirt in attempts to making the blind see. They are no savior. They are serpents, poisoning society. lacing eyes shut to oppression, manipulating minds to make them think that the selling of young black men to the prison system is just a figment of their imagination. Black man, you are no slave, no convict, no criminal. You are brave. You are bold enough to face another day in a country that teaches that your face should be feared. Black man, I thank you for living, for being. Forgive the stares of strangers, they may be out of fear, as in reverence, as in respect, as in awe of such a precious life. Black man, you matter. Black life matters.
And that was the poem called Dear Black Man. I absolutely love that poem.
That was a really nice poem. It was. I was all deep into it, like, yes! Got my fist in the air and everything.
Oh, that girl said I got my fist in the air and everything.
Man, that was powerful. It was definitely powerful.
It is. Sometimes we miss out on just how amazing our black men are. And it's simple. It's really simple. There's not much to it. It's just simple that our black men are so amazing, and they are kings, and they deserve to be treated as such. Of course, you have those men that sometimes, take you there, and you be like, oh my God, I'm gonna strangle your neck.
But you know what happened?
Today is your day of death.
You know what happened? And it's actually society. Because what happened was, I guess, back in the day, black families were together. Men were heads of households. But society told black women, you know what? Go to school, get your education, and take care of them kids by yourself. You don't need no man. Listen, we're going to give you this public assistance. We're going to help you with this financial aid. And then, so now the black woman is on a level, education-wise and this, and so she's been taught, like, I don't need no man. I can do this by myself, when she is so wrong. Anytime I hear a woman say that, I don't need no man to help me, yes, you do. The man shapes the child. Like, for a woman who has a girl, her first relationship is going to be with her father. So whether that's negative or positive, that plays a role in how she treats men. Like, if he's always absent and she's calling and dad never answers, she feels it's okay to chase. Because this is what I did with my dad. I feel like that's how you're supposed to do it. When in reality, no, if he doesn't have time for you, then now you have to do something else. But society has told us that. So now they've built up the black woman to this. She feels like she's on this plateau. Oh, I need a man. He has to have this. He has to have this and this and that. And they're not willing to build with. And so you're stuck up there, and the black man is told, listen, we're not going to give you a job. You're a convict, or if you have a mark against you, it plays a part in his job, his education. And so now he's on this level that's kind of lower than what she is, and she feels she deserves better. So she's going to walk all over him. And so we have lost that through time. Like a black woman does not know how to treat or care for, or not all black women, I can say, but you don't know how to go about that because so long you've been taught this. Back when I was growing up in the 70s and the 80s, families were together. If you didn't have nothing to eat, the family down the street helped you. And nowadays it's just like dog eat dog, every man for himself. So black women have lost their respect. Black women have lost their the admiration for a black man, his strength, his power. He's our protector. But a lot of women now, because we've been told that we can do this by ourselves, this is how we are raised, and this is how we're raising our daughters. So what do you guys think?
Seneca, you want to go?
Yep, I can.
Go ahead, boo.
What was the main question again? Because, I tend to go off.
No, we just were Tasha was just making a statement. We were just talking about, like, kind of where this all started, like the beating down, per se, of our black men, kind of where it started.
Okay, so I feel as though the powers that be, the media, attacked everyone individually. It attacked the kids at school because it taught you that you can be emancipated as kids, so therefore you don't have to respect your parents if they're making you do things that you don't really want to do. They gave kids, they were giving kids, I feel, too much power, because I know some days I went home and I felt like, yeah, I got an F, but I bet you I better not get a whooping, because I'll call Child Protective Services. So it started with the kids. Not it started, but that's how it attacked the kids. It attacked the woman, because the woman, like you guys just said, it taught her that she can do it all by herself without a man. And then it attacked the black man, because it showed the black man that he can have it all. He can have the woman at home. He can possibly have something outside. He can have a career and dedicate all his time to his career and still be a man at home and be the father of, the year, when it's really not possible. Now, back in the 70s and the 80s, what I noticed about the men back then were, you had your grandmother's house where Uncle so-and-so would come to the house, and he was always doing the yard work. He was always doing the work around the house. There was no need to call a handyman, because that's what the man's job was in the house and in his family. It was to be the reason why you don't have to spend any extra money, because Uncle Mike going to come by and fix my brakes. He going to come by and mow the lawn. Moms used to be the ones that would watch the kids, the grandparents would watch the kids while the parents would go out and work. But now the grandparents have to work. The grandparents have a life too. Hey, grandparents, let me show you a life where you don't have to be a grandparent. You can travel, see the world, live your life. Skip your grandkids. Skip helping to raise them like how your grandparents helped to raise you. So I feel like the black man, after all of that, everyone looks at the black man for all the answers when he's just caught up in the mix, just like everybody else, trying to figure his way back into what family is. I was at the gas station the other day, and the guy went in the gas station, paid for the gas. The girl got out the car and pumped the gas. Granted, I'm not in their business. I don't know if that was their agreement, because it was cold outside. Like, babe, I'll pay if you pump. But I had a car to pull up, and he was like, do you know it took everything in me not to go pump that girl's gas for her, because I can't believe he allowed her to get inside the car and he didn't pump her gas. I don't know who's doing it, you guys, but there is a system out there that is making men feel as though they are as equal to women in a lot of departments, when it's just not the case, just like we are not as equal to men in departments. So, I mean, I hope that, answers it.
It was an opinion question. I think that a lot of this craziness has started. I think I agree with Seneca within the media. I think the media has portrayed the black man as something that he's not.
Like someone who doesn't get tired, someone who doesn't have
we've grown up on some amazing shows. Don't get me wrong, we've grown up on some amazing shows. But what happened to the black men being tired? Like, what happened to the black men, you know, coming home and needing to be nurtured just like the woman? Like, what happened to, you know, like the simple things, you know what I mean? And because we've never seen those things growing up, a lot of us, we never seen our dad lay in our mom's lap and cry. Like, we've never seen our mom, you know, like really nurture our dads, because 9 times out of 10 those things were done behind closed doors because your dad didn't want you to see him cry. You know what I mean? Like, so those are the things that we missed, and because we missed those things, it was overlooked. So then you get up in your teenage years, and you start to date, these boys that are, they thugs, and when we get married, babe, when we get old, we gonna do this, or when we do this, you know what I mean? And they start to put these little things in your mind that's not necessarily gonna happen. Babe, when we get married, you not gonna have to work, cause I'ma do everything, and you gonna sit at home and take care of the kids. Like, not even thinking that when we get older, the world is gonna change. Like, economy is gonna change, so I'm not gonna be able to sit at home and not work, to a certain extent. So now I've grown up, and I have these things that I've learned in my high school years, and now I'm thinking, okay, I remember when I was in high school, my boyfriend told me I wouldn't have to work, I could stay at home, and I don't have to work, and I could take care of the kids. But lo and behold, now you're an adult, and now you're dating. Now the economy has totally changed, and that's not happening. So it creates a bitter stage, because it's like, damn, like, what happened to those days when, like, where's that guy I was dating in high school? He told me I was going to work, I wasn't going to work, and he was going to take care of me, and blah, 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 blah. So you get into these relationships or these marriages, let's say, where it's like, damn, I'm salty, because what the fuck happened to the guy in high school that told me I wouldn't have to work, or I wouldn't have to do all of these things? So I think it most definitely starts from the time that we're young. We watch these Cinderella movies and Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs and all types of shit that have our mind all fucked up and thinking that love is all, slip a shoe on my foot, and then that's how life's gonna go. And that's not necessarily true. And so you become this bitter black woman who lives their life where, since I can't stay at home and take care of my kids, and I don't need no man. When you struggle to change a light bulb, when you have to stand up on your bed to change a light bulb in your bedroom, and you complain about it, or you got to go outside and shovel the snow yourself because you don't need no man, remember? So I think it starts with the small things, and then it becomes something big. It becomes something really big. Not only the media, but, to a certain extent, the world creates a bitter black woman. And if you don't catch yourself in time, you'll be that woman, and you'll live that woman for the rest of your life, unless you grow up and you realize that, shit happens, and a man's not perfect, and they do cry, and they have emotions like we do, and they need to be nurtured just like a woman does. And so if you miss out on those things, you just bitter.
Yeah.
I
wanted to touch back on the media thing. One thing I wanted to say was, Seneca, that is so true, like the media. For me, I stopped watching BET years ago because BET really had a platform where they had black news, they had teen uplifting shows, and then they switched all of that to play videos, to play music, rap videos all day. This is what our black children are learning, while the Disney Channel is learning something else. So what the image that the black boys were growing up with is, oh, I don't need no damn job. I can rap. I can play basketball. I can make some money. I can sleep with all of these chicks. So the view of their view of black women has gotten distorted because of the media. And then, you know, in hand in hand with, you know, society telling the black woman, you know, that they can be higher than the man, and then the media showing them, look, y'all can rap, y'all can play ball, and y'all can sell drugs, and y'all can get money. And so when they seeing these images of these women half dressed, shaking their booties, they have lost respect for the black woman. And it's like they don't even know how to be men because they don't know how to really treat a woman, because the man has been removed from their home already, so they don't know what a healthy relationship looks like. And now they're looking at the media, and they was like, oh, I can have all of this and have as many bitches as I want. I don't need no wife. I don't need that. I can have this girl right here and the side chick, or I can have these two chicks that want to get with each other too. Oh, it's going to be the life. So they forgot how to treat us as well. So it's just, society has it, for me, I think society has it where, of course, they know how powerful the black man and the black woman can be if they are united. They saw that with the boy boycott, you know, with the bus boycott in the 60s, how when we stuck together, we got it done. And we can spend our money in our own neighborhoods. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. Segregation was a terrible thing, but honestly, segregation for the black community was the shit, because we had our own businesses, we had our own banks, we had our own, and we were self-sufficient. We didn't need anybody else. But as soon as that door was open to say you can spend your money at this white store, black people was like, oh shit, I'm black. To them, white was the epitome of the best of the best. So I can go have the same thing this white person has, and I'm better. And it's like they lost. That's why we don't have any black banks. Well, we do have a few, but they're mostly closed down. Everybody in our neighborhood is Korean or Arabs. They own everything in our neighborhood because segregation was bad and good. Like I said, segregation was bad because we weren't able to do certain things, but it was a good thing at the same time because the black community was together. We had our own. We supported our own. It was us against everybody else. And once that door was open, it's like black people, we're so worried about our image. And we don't even know how much, black people don't even know how much power they have as a whole. If we spend billions of dollars because we are so ingrained with what we look like. Oh, I gotta have the best thing on. You will see boys on the bus in $300, $400 jeans with $200 Jordans on, and your ass on the bus. Like, you have a warped sense of what wealth is, or you don't even know what wealth is. Wealth is not being rich. Wealth is being able to pass that down from your family to your family to your family. When you see those white people out in the street, they wearing Skechers. They driving an old car, but guess what? They living in $1 million home because they don't have to show that. But we're so focused on
wearing
we have to be the best
cargo shorts
that it's just we're lost. We're so lost as a people, and we don't understand how beautiful, how powerful, how strong we are because we've been beaten down so long, and everybody just wants to win. And people always feel like, if I do this all by myself, oh, shit, I got it. When really, you need help. You need that support. You need somebody of the same color as you. So when I look at an Oprah or I look at somebody, I was like, you know what? I can do that too. I can look at Obama and Michelle, and I can say, wow, if they can do that, I can do that too. In all of my life, I have never even imagined we'd ever have a black president, like ever in my life. Like, if you would ask me when I was 10 years old, I'd have been like, no, that's never going to happen. But the way society has shaped us, and even when I talk to black men today, like when a man opens the door for me And I greet him and I say, thank you, King. They be looking like, what? Huh? I'm like, my name ain't King. And one day I was at the Jamaican restaurant, and the guy opened the door for me, and I said, thank you, King. He's like, I ain't no, man, I'm a Nick. I said, no, you not. You are a king. I said, you just don't realize that. And I said, I thank you for, your kindness, for opening the door for me. And they was all standing outside like, man, wow, okay. I'm like, you've been told that you was a nigga so long. That's how you feel about yourself.
Yes.
Exactly.
It becomes the norm. It becomes the absolute norm. That, it's the niggas, we still niggas, we'll always be niggas, you know what I mean? And so, I agree with you I most definitely agree with you on that. And I think until our black men realize how detrimental it is that they consider themselves as kings, that's when it'll really, you know what I mean? Like, that's when they'll really start to, and I don't know when that's gonna happen. Now, one of our listeners just said that, said something that was kind of, I don't know. I don't agree with it to a certain extent, because just when we think about, okay, so I'll say what he said first. He said that sometimes we don't realize that a black man needs the white person too, as far as therapy goes. Now, to a certain extent, we have to think back that to the times that we were growing up, right? So our moms and our dads, they struggle with stuff all the time, every day, whether it was, marital problems, whatever the case may be. But they talked about it. It wasn't like, you make me sick, I'm going to get up and leave, blah, 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 blah. I can remember numerous of times that my mama and my daddy got into a fight, but they never left each other. And it's because they talked about it. And that's the thing that we miss. You don't have to go sit in no chair and talk to a white person about what's going on in your life. You don't. You do not. You sit down and you talk to your spouse about how you feel. The more that you hold it in, the more it becomes a destructive process. So if I'm having a problem with my husband or with my boyfriend or whatever the case may be, and I'm not expressing that to you, the shit just piles on. It keeps pounding until it blows up, and it becomes harmful for both parties. So, and so I think that the more that we talk to our spouse, the more that we confide in the person that will always have our back, and the person that you marry and call your best friend, that is what will keep us together. You know what I mean? It's kind of like forming a company. When you form a company, you don't always outsource people to come in and help you with stuff. You sit down, you meet with the people in your company, and you figure out ways to make that company grow. And it's the same thing with the marriage. You don't always have to go out and see a counselor or somebody, you know what I mean, like to a certain extent, unless it's something that, she's been raped or she's been molested, and it's something that you absolutely have to see a counselor for. But even then, I wouldn't go see a white person. I would find the blackest counselor that they got around, blackest therapist that they got around me, and go to it. It's the same thing with our doctors. I've heard people sit and say, I would rather take my kid to a white doctor than a black doctor. Are you crazy? Are you crazy?
You know what?
Go ahead, Tasha.
I'm sorry. When I went to Chicago State University, right? I was going to be an occupational therapist, right? And I was I was working full time. I was signing up for I was signing up for a tutor for one of my classes. So I had to go to the wellness center or whatever and sign up. And they give you this little questionnaire. And I answered this questionnaire. Apparently, I answered it so wrong that they said, listen, there's a therapist here, and she would like to talk to you. And it was like they were closing, and she was like, no, she wants to talk to you. So I was like, what is going on? I just came over here to sign up for some tutoring. What is going on? So when I got in there, you know how they give you those questionnaires, the questions kind of trick you. They ask you personal questions or whatever. Well, I failed this thing so bad that she was like, she started asking me about my personal life. And there was things that I've never told anybody. And, you know, there has been things that was in my past that, you know, I would never tell anybody. And I was like, a therapist? Like, what black person go to a therapist? And the reason I'm bringing this up is because somebody had brought this question up as far as, like, black people needing therapy. And it wasn't necessarily it has to be a white person, black person thing. But I noticed when I got into this lady's office, I had never seen this lady before in my life. When I started talking to her and telling her about my business, I just started crying. And I mean, I told this lady everything. And I was so messed up. The lady was like, please, listen, I need you to come back to me again. I was so embarrassed. First, I was relieved. I was relieved that I was able to get those things off my chest. These are things I hadn't even told my family yet, you know, about being molested when I was, from the time I was 6 to the time I was 9, 10, and being homeless for 5 years, from the time I was 18 till I was 23, and I just felt like I lived in a crack house. I mean, there was a lot of things that I had never told anybody, and it was just like I told this woman, and it was, when I left her office, I felt like I was 10 pounds lighter. That was off of my heart. Like, now I can speak about it, but back then it was just like this big black cloud. And I felt so embarrassed that I was so relieved that I never went back. I didn't even go back to tutoring. I just was like, I'm never entering that building again. Like, I'm never going on that side of campus again, because I felt like I was so embarrassed, and I don't know why. But it
I'm
was
about to
so
tell you why.
It was so refreshing to get that off my chest. Yes, please enlighten me. Tell me.
Okay, so first things first. There's nothing wrong with therapy. A friend of mine told me that the whole therapy system, white people are trained different than black people. They get a whole separate set of questions to ask you. Their goal is not to keep black families together. That's never their goal. So if ever you're going to a quote-unquote white therapist, just know that you obviously are just going for medication, because that's the first thing that they're going to do is prescribe you meds. They're not going to necessarily identify the issue, the problem. They are great listeners, but again, their job is to prescribe medication. Now, a psychiatrist, I believe, is something different. Now, the word therapist, my friend broke it down so easy, and this is why you felt embarrassed, because I, too, felt the same way. I saw this woman. She was a black woman, and initially I was like, I don't really want to talk, because I feel as though I try to write down my feelings, and then I read it back to myself, and then that's kind of like my way of releasing it. Sometimes it doesn't always work. I have to write it down a few times, and it's like, you know, you and I have similar issues where I have to continue to write. It's not your fault. It was never your fault. It's still not your fault. It's okay. You're not the bad one. And in therapy, I found myself telling so much and feeling initially relieved, but I almost felt like I was raped mentally. And my friend said, because you was. I mean, look at the word, therapist. The motherfucker spelled the rapist. And I said, God damn it. They mentally raped my mind, made me feel like I could just release everything. But mind you, this is all information that's going into a file. This is all information that the government has on you. So if anything happens in the future, they always have something to revert back to, because you went to go see a therapist.
Of course. That's why when motherfuckers go crazy and shoot up places, they go, oh, well, they were seeing the therapist for 16 months about, you know, you not that you right about.
I think those severe cases are the ones that need to see those kinds of people. I feel as though when people have problems like I would say that, that she and I had experienced, it would be nice, and, we have a long way to go as a people, but it would be nice if we didn't sweep stuff under the rug, and we can identify things, and we can come together and love each other as a family and just know when to say that person is a bad seed and just, still be able to maintain and move as a family, because I'll just put my own personal life out there. I have to separate myself from my family. Everyone else just is like, get over it. It happened a long time ago. And me, I'm just like, I don't want to be around that energy. It's just, it's very appalling to me. So my therapy are my friends. So you have to find people within your community, within your village, that you can talk to and help you get through it. Otherwise, when you go see these therapists, they're going to give you medication, and medication is not going to be it's not going to be the solution. Sometimes you just need a hug. Sometimes you just need for someone to say, I'm sorry. Sometimes you just, it's just a little small thing, and you don't even know what it could possibly be. And some people don't even know how to help you because they too don't know how to help themselves. So we just should open up and, like you said, communicate more with one another. You shouldn't feel ashamed to talk to your family members about things that's going on with you. It shouldn't take a stranger, but it's sad it does, because sometimes we deal with, this person might judge me, and it's, how do we break that?
But I think that a lot of times that's what's killing the black man too, Seneca. You're right, is that people make them feel like, well, you grew up with your mama off the chain and your daddy off the chain and not really around. Maybe you should go see a therapist. And then you go and you sit in this office and you tell them everything about you because you feel like people make you feel like you need to be there. But like you said, all you're doing is being mentally raped to a certain extent, because all they're going to do is go home and tell their family member, man, I had this black dude in my office today, and guess what he said? You know what I mean? And, of course, they have, they're going to tell you, I would never share this with my family or with other doctors in my office. But that's not necessarily true, because you have to think back to when, if you go to your therapist today and say, you know what, I feel like killing myself, or I feel like harming other people, you best believe they finna get on the phone and they finna call somebody and say, you know what, I got this client in here and they saying they finna harm themselves or harm other people, and this is what needs to be done. And that's and I could just be joking, or I could just be feeling that way at this moment. But now you got me into a system where I'm being watched. And that's another thing that I said on our previous show, that I said is this is why I if I'm in a relationship and we get into an altercation to the point that, I got to leave, you got to leave, I'm not going to call the police. You want me to tell you why? Black men are the most hated people on this earth, at least one of them. So now I'm about to call the police and tell them that we were here arguing. So now there's something going on your record. Now, what if we do get on a hands-on argument or whatever the case may be, but I hit you first? Now who's going to jail?
Yeah.
The black man.
That's true.
Now, people say all the time, well, it depends on who hits first, because if you hit him first, you'll go to jail. That is not fucking true, because I can tell you plenty of times where I done seen women beat the fuck out of a man and he go to jail. Or he gets put out of his home for 24 to 48 hours, come back, because you put your hands on him. Now, that doesn't make sense to me.
Let me ask a question.
And it's because they consider black men or men as the aggressor.
What happened to the black man being the quote-unquote therapist, the guy that you would go talk to and he always had great advice, or he always could break it down for you? what happened to those characters? What happened to those uncles? What happened to those fathers? What happened to those grandfathers?
They are all dead. That generation, like when we grew up, that generation in the 70s and the 80s, you know, we had togetherness, we had families. And then when the gang banging started and, you know, not necessarily hip-hop rap, but, you know, like that gangster era, it was like those people who had those old school values, they died. So when those new uncles come up, it's now like half of the people are the same age as their damn uncle. Like, how you 27 and I'm 20. You know what I mean? Like, you can't teach me anything. And we're on the same path. Most of those people are non-existent anymore. Like you said, how, you know, everybody go to grandma's house and you had that uncle, and you had those places back in the day where you walking down the street and there's a crowd of older black men and they tell you, hey, son, pull your pants up. You know, this, that, and the other. They school you on how to treat ladies and stuff. Those guys are not around anymore. Because you know why? Because we have the internet. We have the cell phones. Nobody is really basically in the streets like that anymore. It's
and
like,
you know what? A lot of times, and you know what else has happened? A lot of times is black women don't want nobody to say shit to their kids.
True.
Yeah,
even though they bad as hell.
Back then,
do you remember?
Back then, our mama didn't care. If your uncle told you to sit your ass down somewhere, you know, your mama didn't really retaliate. Or if your uncle told you, you know, you don't never sit in front of no man. If you a girl, you go in another room and you don't never, you know, play in front of no men, or if men around talking, because people started to get to the point, don't be talking to my kids like that. You don't talk to my kids. Now it's to the point where men cannot say anything to women's kids. It's like if you dating a man. Like I was telling somebody that we had this topic one time on the show where we were talking about if you were seriously dating a man and your child was out of order, would you be okay with the man saying something to your child? Now,
I'm fine
to me,
with
if
it,
we're in a serious relationship and you're telling my child something that could help them from being harmed or could help them from anything happening, then I'm going to be okay with that. Now, we just messing around and you trying to discipline my kids. Now, that's different. But if we're in a serious relationship, I expect you to be able to step in and discipline my child to a certain extent. I ain't saying about whooping or spanking. We're not even talking about that. But we saying if you and your homeboy sitting in the living room, my daughter around in the living room, she's twirling around, blah, 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 blah. I expect you to say, you know what? Hey, babe, I need you to go in your room because, you know, and you tell her why she should go in her room and explain to her, because that's how I grew up. That's why when I'm in a relationship and my man got all his homeboys in the living room, I ain't never in there. Because my daddy always told me when it's a whole bunch of men in the room, you don't never be in no room with a whole bunch of men.
Question. Back to your situation with the couple fighting. It used to be a time where you can call the other person's parent and be like, man, you better come get your daughter, like she over here tripping. You know, and it's just like, you could diffuse the situation in that way. Do you think that same presence of a parent can help the times today, whereas if you see like a couple, you know, out arguing, do you think that the mindset of the parents now would be to help and diffuse, or do you see them coming to, you know, instigate it? Because that's my fear of this generation now. I don't see the parents, you know, I see more videos of parents engaging in ignorant shit than I do the kids.
You are right. I see so many videos where mama like, you shouldn't have been in my daughter's face, so she should whip your ass. And, you know what I mean? Like, back then, your mama come outside and break y'all up and tell the girl that was trying to fight you, take her ass home, call her mama and tell her what the hell happened, and then you get your ass whooped for even going out there trying to start some shit.
Yes. Yes, you may have had.
But again, like I said, motherfuckers don't like for you to tell their kids shit because your kid at school bullying my kid, and then I come to you like a woman and you say, you know, is there something that we can do? Your kid, you know, it wasn't like that when we was young. It wasn't. It was not like that. If Ari was bullying Paris in our day, I could come to you and say, Seneca, you know what? Let's see what we can do to try to get them to stop bullying each other, you know, whatever the case may be, without me getting smart, without you getting smart, and us finna fight now because you feel like I disrespected your child. Like, it wasn't that way when we were young.
Now, if the two women can't get along in this day and age, the black man. Now, this is not every black man, guys. This is not every situation. Is the black man going to say, baby, you need to calm down? Or is he going to be like, yeah, if, you know, what she said?
You know what? Going back to the dating thing as far as like a boyfriend thing, now I'm going to be honest with y'all. I am 45, right? Mm-hmm. My kids have only ever seen me with two men their whole entire life. My son will be 17 next week, and my daughter is 15. The only two men they've ever seen me with is their father and the last guy I was with for 5 years, which was a big-ass mistake. But I don't date. And this is crazy because, you know, I teach my kids to be respectful to grown people or whatever. There was a situation where one of my coworkers, so I work for the cable company, right? So one of my coworkers came by one night, and we just chopping it up, having a good time. And he's an older guy, nobody that I'm interested in or anything like that. And like I said, my son, I've raised him to be respectful, respect your elders. So this is what happened. So as my friend was leaving, my son is coming down the steps. So he looking, he going to say, who is that? And I'm like, wait a minute. So he comes down the stairs. So my friend extends his hand and is like about to shake his hand and say, you know, hey, young man, how you doing? You know, my name is whatever. And my son looked at his hand and walked in the kitchen. And I'm telling my friend, I'm like, listen, I'm so sorry. I don't know what has come over him. And he's like, listen, I understand or whatever, you know. And he left. So I go and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, how you embarrass me like that? You know, we've never had any issues with him disrespecting the grown people. Now, mind you, he's never seen, I don't have mail company or any of that. So I don't date. So he's never seen a man in the house. And so he says to me in my face, he says, what do you say? He said, it's not, I don't feel like I have to speak to everybody or something to that effect, like, I ain't really got, and I punched him dead in his chest, and I'm only 5'3", and he like 5'8", but I punched him dead in his chest. I said, listen to me, don't you ever disrespect any person that comes in the house. For one, I'm never going to bring anybody around that's going to, you know, hurt you or mistreat you. But for one, this man was, you know, extending his hand. And so when you said that, I'm like, man, when I finally actually do really get really serious and really start dating, I'm going to have to fuck my son up. I just know it because, and I didn't teach him to be disrespectful or anything like that, but the fact that this is going to be something that's new to them, like me dating, and I tell them all the time, I'm going to go out here, you know, and I'm going to get me a guy, and they're like, Mama, yeah, right, you know. My son always like, I'm probably going to be grown and gone by the time you get a boyfriend or whatever, but when it happens, I am kind of like, how do I prepare them? And they teenagers, like I said, my son will be 17 next week, and my daughter is 15. How do I actually prepare them to, oh, my God, like, you know, mom is going to date. I have a boyfriend, without them being, you know, because I don't do that. And I had a fear for so long, you know, having, you know, been molested and things like that when I was young, of having any man around my children. And so in a way, I kind of hate that I've kind of, like, alienated them from, like, company and things like that, because now, and they're older, I don't know how I'm going to get them to accept, you know, if I'm dating or when I do that. It's going to happen.
But you know what? A lot of that helps. A lot of what will help is if the man helps to nurture himself in. Yeah. So a real man that really wants to be in your life. So just recently, I was in a relationship, and I was talking to this guy, and he got really close to my kids. Now, my pet peeve is if we're in a relationship, because I have girls. Now, I normally don't even introduce people to my kids. Like, we better be 7-8 months in before I introduce you to my kids. But in order to really make it work, he's going to have to put in some nurturing, too. You understand what I'm saying? Like, he's going to have to help them to get comfortable, because a lot of that is defense mechanism, because you don't have small kids. You have older kids. So a lot of that is defense mechanism where your kids is like, okay, we done seen our mama go through some shit. So because we done seen and we know, now we're protective of our mom. So it's not a bad thing that he didn't shake the man. Well, it's a bad thing that he didn't shake the man's hand. But to a certain extent, excuse me, he should have said, you know what, Mom, this is why I shake his hand, because I don't really know who he is. So, if you come over a couple more times, then I'll get to know him. That's really what it was. I think it sounds like to me it was more of a defense mechanism. And a lot of men do that. A lot of men will not introduce themselves to somebody you just now coming in. You going to turn right back around, and I may not see you for 6-7 months. So now why I'm finna introduce myself to why I'm finna introduce myself to you. And a lot of our men have abandonment issues. They have abandonment issues. And that's not a bad thing. A lot of women have abandonment issues. We have, issues with our dads not being there, dads leaving, moms leaving, whatever the case, the situation can be. Because I've seen dads raising their daughters and their sons because the mom has up and left. And that causes abandonment issues. And so it wasn't bad that he did it. It's just, that defense mechanism to a certain extent is up. So
let me ask you this too.
Oh, go ahead.
Let me ask you this too. Okay, now when you were saying that, normally introduce your children until like 7-8 months in, this is just what I just want to ask you. What happens when you do introduce them and you're really serious with this guy and the kids hate him or he hates the kids, and then, one of those situations break up the relationship? Like, how would you handle that? Like, they like, you know what, he's trying too hard, I really don't like him. Or he's probably like, damn, her kids really not, I don't really like these kids like that. I don't agree with this and that and the other. What happens then? Like, how would you, be able to wiggle room or, finagle that situation?
You know what? I believe kids have a keen spirit. So if my child tell me they don't like somebody, I'm worried automatically. Yeah. Because kids know, like they have a good sense of, I don't know how to put it. They got a good sense of discernment, you know what I mean, when they're around the person. And yeah, think about it. A baby will not go to anybody, you know what I mean? Like, a baby will go to certain people, and then you have that one person they just will not go to. They just will not mess with. And you always like, dang, why you won't go to that person? And 9 times out of 10, it's because they spirit be crazy. Really, that's what it is. Now, some kids be dry haters, but you as the parent, you know when your son, like, I don't like him, I just don't like him. You know when he just don't like him because he just don't like him. And you know when it's like, you know what, Mom, I just, I don't know if I like dude, you know what I mean? Like, at least to me, I don't know. Seneca, what do you think?
Well, I mean, okay, so, I kind of have a similar situation, but mine is kind of weird because the kid's dad did a lot of damage when it comes to putting a lot of things into the kid's head. So I try my best to, whenever he talks to them, make sure that he's on speakerphone, because he is extremely all the time out of pocket, out of line, to the point where now they have no communication with him or okay, so initially it was where I was aware of when they were talking. But then it got to a point where I would have a conversation with him, and I'm like, how did you even find this out, you know? And then you hearing it from a kid, and, we're not even sure, what the actual facts are. So now it's like you were talking to your dad, and I didn't even know it. Like, I would, like to know what's going to happen. And I know it probably sounds like I'm trying to be in control of their relationship. I'm not. He likes to say things that are not kid-friendly conversation, like, back when I used to date your mom. And it's just like talking about our personal business. It's like you can't be talking to kids about that. You're supposed to be talking about how's your day going, how is school, but you're talking about adult things. And the other part was, I don't like that person, and, this is what I'm going to do and it's just like, you're so immature. So then now the child has this animosity towards this person because of what was brought upon them from another adult. And so again, for my situation, my kids oftentimes bump heads with the person who I'm with because, of the image that their dad has put into their head. And it's going to take some time. We're absolutely working on it. They're still young, so it's something that I have to reinforce and reiterate, So for you, how old are your kids?
Who?
Yours, Tasha.
My son, he'll be 17 next week, and my daughter is 15.
Okay, so your kids are, like, way too old. Like, seriously, you're just going to have to be straight up front with them. Either they're going to like the person or they're not going to like them. They're either going to respect it or they're not going to respect it. And you might just have to date outside your house and hide it from your kids. They're, like, really too old.
I already know that, and I know that I'm going to have to prepare them. Like, listen, I really like this guy, and, this, that, and the other. And they're big enough for me. They're big enough to understand, but sometimes they act like because it's for so long it's just been us three, and they kind of like it just us three. They're going to just have to get used to it. I got to talk to them. They're young adults, basically.
It's hard. It's going to be very hard to date in this day and age because your kids are of a certain age, so they can research the person who's trying to date you. And if they find anything out of pocket, they going to let their mama know. And there's nothing wrong with that. And then they are of a certain age now, and the kids, even we had a certain innate sense of, like, like Mia said, where if a person is really not right, we used to peep out stuff and be like, hey, they ain't all the way right. Your kids can peep out the same thing, like, he looked like a creep, Mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, he looked like he's going to be. Yeah. And sometimes they see things that we don't see. And I've seen stuff to where it's like, you must be desperate for a man because he be tricking with all the little, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you not see this? Like, do you not? And sometimes women just, again, they just want a man around. It's like, oh, Buck is just Buck. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, that's true. And you know what? I'm not going to even lie. I actually tried to date outside my race before, and not saying that, I have white friends and I, know white people, and there's some good-looking white guys. But when I actually, was with the person, I couldn't vibe with them. Like, it's nothing like having a black man. I don't know. They walk different. They smell different. They just look different. I mean, the color of their skin. It's like, I'm in love with a black man. No, I don't have a man now, but I'm in love with a black man. Like, when I get married, if that happens, it's going to be with a black man. I don't I don't discriminate against anybody who wants another race or anything like that. I mean, you love who you love. But for me, it is nothing but a black man, period, point blank, like nothing but. Like I can't even when I'm looking at a movie and I see a white guy and I'm like, damn, he's fine. But I was like, I couldn't. I don't know if I can relate to them. I just love the color of a black person's skin. It's just so magical to me. It's so powerful. So I don't know what you guys think about, like, you know, the subject is black men, and this is how I feel about black men.
Hold on.
But what do you guys think?
If I ever meet a white billionaire. Okay, go ahead, please. Cause
I'm sorry.
See, that's what I'm saying. We're going to take a break. Let her get herself together. We're going to take a break. Let's get herself together and think about what she loves about a black man. And then we'll come back, and then we'll talk about what we love about a black man, right? All right, we'll be back, guys, right here on TDR Undressed.
He is my king, he is my one. Yes, he's my father, yes, he's my son. I can talk to him, cause he understands everything I go through and everything I am. He's my support system, I can't live without him. The best thing since sliced bread is his kiss, his hugs, his lips, his touch. And I just want the whole world to know about my black brother. I love you, and I'll never try to hurt you. I want you to know that I'm here for you forever true. Cause you're my black brother, strong brother, and there is no one above you. I want you to know that I'm here for you forever true. He's misunderstood. Yeah. Some say that he's up to no good around the neighborhood. But for your information, a lot of my brothers got education. Now check it. You got your Wall Street brother, your blue collar brother, you're down for whatever, chillin' on the corner brother, your talented brother, and to every one of y'all behind bars, you know that Angie loves you. My black brother, I love you. I'll never try to hurt you. No. I want you to know that I'm here for you, cause you're my brother, strong brother. There is no one above you. I want to know that I'm here for you, my black brother. I'll never hurt you. I want you to know that I'm here for you forever, brother, my strong brother. There is no one. I want you to know that I'm here for you forever true. You mean so much to me. You give me what I need. I'm so proud. I'm so proud. I love you for staying strong. You got it going on. I'm so proud of you. Going through thick and thin, brothers, you gonna win. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud. Whenever you're facing doubt, brothers gonna work it out. I'm so proud. I got unshakable faith. You're my black brother. I love you. I'll never try to hurt you. I want you to know that I'm here for you. Cause you're my brother, strong brother. There is no one other. I want you to know that
That is my song. Black. Hey, that's my song. That's my song. That's my song. I love you. I will never. Yes, that's my song. Oh, welcome back to TDR Undressed. Of course, it's your girl, Miss Myami B, and if you just now tuning in with us, we are giving kudos to our Black Kings tonight. Yes, honey, yes. That was Angie Stone and Brother, and that's one of my favorite songs. Listen. That is my song. I don't know what it is about that song. Well, I know what I love about it, but I absolutely love that song. That's my song. That is my song. So before we left, Tasha was saying how much she loves a black man. So we are just gonna talk about what we love about our Black kings. Like, I don't know. I'm like, Tasha, I don't know what it is about a brother. But listen, you find them fine white men, you be like, oh, he cute. Okay, yeah, Matthew McConaughey, you fine, yeah. But it is something about when a man walk in a room, baby, and he smell good, he look good, he dressed to the nine. It is something about it. I don't know. It's something about the way a black man wears cologne that drives me nuts. It's just something about it.
You know, I know I talked, I'm sorry, Sam, but you know what it is for me? It's not even his cologne. It's some kind of pheromone that the black man gives off. It's like, I don't know, like when I'm sick, I can smell it in the air. Like when I get sick, I'm smelling it in the air. But when I'm like attracted to a black man, it's like his scent is like an arrow, like straight to my nose. Like it's not the cologne. It's just, I don't know if it's his aura. It's just that presence. It's just something that even their breath smell different to me. I'm just like, I don't know. They so powerful, girl. They just like, oh,
that is breath, though, Tasha.
Yes, black girl. You know what? I'm telling you, they breath smell, and it's not a skunk smell or nothing like that. It's nothing to do with the actual, you know, like, oh, he ate some tacos, now his breath stink type of thing. It's just something that they secrete to me. It's just like, hello, beautiful. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. They all that to me in a bag of chips. But a lot of times, like I said, they don't recognize their own power, so they have no idea, you know, like what kind of effect they have on me. But they can say some stupid shit and turn you off. But as far as like,
yes, they can.
Just their presence to me, their powerful presence to me is all that. Okay, I'm sorry, Sam. Go ahead, girl.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine. The things that I love about a black man. I mean, I've really only dated black guys, so I mean, it would just be the things that I love about a man, which is, I love a strong man. So I love a family-orientated strong man. What's sexy to me about a man is if he takes initiative. When a black man knows you scratching your scalp because it itch, and he like, here, babe, I got a rat tail comb. Let me help you. It's like it's so much. You understand? You know, that's sexy to me. When you two have had a long day, and he comes inside the kitchen and he cut on, you know what I'm saying, like some Puff Daddy or like some Puff Daddy and R. Kelly, and y'all get to, you know, have a little fun in the kitchen. I love that about a black man. I love his ability to be sensitive and know when to be strong. And I know sometimes it's hard for them to know when that is, but when you do and you execute it, I love that shit. Love not having to tell you, like, babe, you know, beat his ass, babe. Yep. This is the time. This is the time. It's like, nah, I also love when okay. So speaking of a man who like just smells good and he just exudes his confidence. Don't you love when you go out with a black man and he just looking all extra good and you, of course, you look good, and he's holding your hand and he's like leading, like walking, dispersing the crowd, like get out my baby way, get out our way. I love that shit. I'm like, go ahead, get out our way.
I like their ability to, no matter what the situation, they can always come back from it. Like their resilience is like everything. Like a lot of men, some men, have the ability, like, they've been to jail, they've been down or whatever, and they turn their lives completely around. Like, that's so fucking hot. It's not even funny. Because through all the pain, strife, and hard times that they had to endure, they still rose above it. That right there is just powerful in itself. Like, they have such endurance.
I love when they know about galaxies and the universe, and they know about business and about building, and that's all they do. They encourage you. Like, that's sexy about a black man. It's sexy when he is aware that we are powerful. That is so sexy and not complacent. Love that. You got something to talk about. Ooh, when a man gets to talking and is making sense and it ain't got nothing to do with the Migos, I'll be like, ooh, shit. Ooh, you ain't quoting no rap lyrics. You ain't talking about, we grown. What are you talking about? What? I'm sorry. I missed the beginning of the conversation. I feel like dating with kids is hilarious. If I could just pause for 1 second, because this is one thing I dislike about these black brothers right now, and I know we're doing about what we love, but women who have kids and dating, and all three of us have kids, what do you guys love about a man who understands that you are a parent if he's going to ask you out on a date?
What? Shit, girl, don't even get me the fucking start on this goddamn subject, because I was just talking to a motherfucker about this. When you call me and you say,
negative, what would we ultimately
let's go on a date. Babe, let's go on a date. But you know what? We're not going to go on a regular date. Let's go and Dave and Buster so we can take the kids. What? I fucking love you. We're getting married tomorrow. When you say that, when you understand that I am a real life single mother and I don't have a babysitter to just call up and say, hey, can you come sit with my kids for 3 hours while I go on a date? Like, when you say, you know what, babe, let's go to Chuck E. Cheese because they got drinks, and the kids can play and we can have fun and we can play games. Listen, we're getting married tomorrow. Or when you say, you know what, babe, we in a long distance relationship, you like, you know what, babe, I really miss you. I'm finna send you like $200 so you and the kids can get on the airplane to come visit me. What? You better shut up talking to me. You better shut up talking to me. You better shut up. And then then you say, you know what? And when you get here, my sister gonna watch the kids for us while we go on a date. What? You better come through, boy. You better come through, brother.
I like a man who respects that I do have kids, and he ain't always trying to Netflix and chill at my house. He like, listen, you've been working all week. You know what I'm saying? The kids, he know I'm at home all the time. Listen, let's go out. Let's have a good time. Let's go out. That man who always wonder, well, let me come back. Let's watch a movie and all that shit. I know what that's about. If you always want to come over my house and lay up over my house and shit like that, no, it's not going to happen. I respect the man who says, listen, I know your kids, are at home. Meet me for a drink. Meet me for a happy hour or whatever. We just going to have drinks. That kind of thing. And a man who not always trying to get in my pants. A man I can actually have a conversation with, and I'm turned on by the conversation. Like, he ain't even thinking about, I'm sure he's thinking about it, but he's not, exhibiting that behavior. He's like, listen, he's taking time to talk to me, to get to know me. Because I ain't going to even lie. I'm more like a dude. I'm like, honestly, I feel like, listen, I feel like if I get it up front, I really don't want to talk to the dude because there's really, like, nothing there. Like, it's out on the table. But if you're really trying to get to know me, and dudes always say, oh, yeah, man, you single. Oh, my God, you so cute. I can't believe you single. I want to get to know you. And the first thing they do is send me a damn dick pic or say let me give you a massage. No, boop, turn it off, delete. I'm like, I already know where that's headed. Nope. If you can respect, if you can hold off. If you can hold off for 1 minute and just have a conversation with me and really, really trying to get to know me, that I respect that a lot. Like, don't just try to come over my house all the time and lay up. And, niggas always say that all the time. I'm sorry, I said niggas. Men always say that all the time. I just want to chill. I know what chill means. No, I don't want to chill like that.
I want to melt like ice, baby.
Sasha said, nope. That girl said, nope. I know that's right.
It's happening all the time. I have gotten to the point where, I've talked to a lot of guys, and I get turned off so damn fast. This is why I'm not in a relationship, because the guy will say, I just want to get to know you. I can't believe you single. Oh, man. And then you like, let's have phone sex. I'm like, no, I ain't having the real sex. I'm not getting turned. Oh, my God. This is so true. One guy that I actually been talking to, really, and he was inboxing me and everything like that. And he was like, well, let's have phone sex. I said, baby, listen. Talking about that shit does nothing for me. I need to be up close and personal. That phone stuff and all of them pictures, that don't do nothing for me. I'm like an old school car, with the crank. You got to crank it up. You just can't just give me that bullshit. I don't want to talk about that shit. No. I need the real thing.
No,
oh my God. Like, man, listen. I'm telling you, you got to put some oil on it. You got to crank it up. You can't. I don't want to do phone sex or none of that stupid shit. And that's why, as soon as they say that, Billy.
Listen. So Tom was saying who's still having phone sex. Listen. Honestly, it really depends on the person, because some people like when you're in a long distance relationship, you don't have no choice but to have phone sex or something that shit. So I'm going to prop this goddamn phone up, and I'm going to Skype you, and you're going to watch me play with my vagina.
You're a freak. You're a freak right now. You extra freaky right now. See, I can't do I don't believe in that long distance thing. I want a man next to me. So when I want it, I'm coming over there, you coming over here type of thing. I don't believe in long-distance relationships. Now, I will do some freaky under-the-table hand shit.
Even if you live right here, even if you live here in Alabama, and you at work and I ain't going to be able to see you to the end of the week, okay, hold on. I Skype you while you at work and let you watch me play with this vagina. Like, you gotta learn how to keep it spicy. Y'all better come on and for real.
The way my sexuality set up right now, I might need some lessons from you, Miss Myami, because I might be on the dull side right now.
You gotta buy you a selfie stick, and when he at work, you call him and just go. Let him watch. You gotta say nothing. Just say, put your headphones in. I'm finna call you in 5 minutes. And he be like, okay, I got my headphones on. And then he call, and then you prop that phone up, open them legs wide. Yes,
girl,
ma'am.
I can just see that shit right now. My kids, look, it's just me and my kids all the time, so they bust in my room all the time. I can see myself in the middle of the video, Mom, what you doing up in here? I'll be like, oh, shit, get out of here. Let me call you back right fast. I'm going to Skype you back from the bathroom. These damn kids.
Yep.
Got coochie juice all on my hands and shit, trying to work the phone and shit.
Not coochie juice. I got coochie juice all over my head. Then you gotta get up and close the door and shit back.
Girl,
You got your panties around your ankles and shit.
Girl, got all the doorknobs smelling like coochie
back.
juice and shit because you're trying to go and get out your room and go to the bathroom so you can be alone. The kids still knocking on the door. Talking about, Mama, you still in there doing that? I can see my daughter now. Mama, oh, that is too much.
Girl, you gotta know what time to do it. You can't be doing it while the kids at home.
I had to sneak a freak. Get out here. Here goes the movie money. You know my son driving. Here, boy, take the car. He'll love that shit.
Exactly.
Oh my God! You know what? I've been out the game so long. I'm gonna have to get some lessons. Honestly, I got little tricks up my sleeve, but I might be a little rusty at it and shit. Any guy try to get some from me, he gonna need a DW40 and a shoe on, cause this shit probably closed.
No.
This shit closed for business, baby.
No.
You don't have to work that thing.
Okay, so one of our listeners said what she loves about a king is, she said, I love my king because he loves God, treats me like a queen, and queen that I am, and his ambition to work and provide for his family. Good, that's cute. That's so cute. That is so cute.
Say that again.
The listener said, she said, I love my king because he loves God. He treats me like the queen that I am, and she loves his ambition to work and provide for his family.
Oh, yes. Okay, I saw that. Yes, okay, now, yes, absolutely. Any man who don't mind going to work, who get up and be like, yep, I got to go to work, and I'm fine with that.
You better say that to kids, Daddy, where you going? I got to go to work so I can make this money so we can go on vacation. Yes! Mm-hmm. You better say,
yep.
Boy. You better say
Yep, love that. I love.
First of all, let's pause and address. See, this is why, listen, Gator, we're not going to address your comment today because otherwise this is going to turn from loving on the Black King to us getting in your ass. So hold that.
No, we are going to speak on the positive one. So what is he trying to spew?
There is, okay, so one of our listeners commented and said she loves Black Kings because of their non-hesitation to protect the Black woman.
See what I'm saying? Get them, baby. Get them.
Sick them.
Yeah, nothing like feeling protected. You make me feel all feel like like the real dainty, like I can just drop a white cloth. Oh, there he is. He's picking it up. You're so awesome. You want to feel protected with the man, definitely.
Okay, here we go, Jacob. We finna answer your question, and I'm gonna answer it, and I'm gonna answer it without getting in your ass, right? So he said that women always want him for his money. Maybe that's why he's single. First of all, with your specific situation, if a woman does not want to be with you because you don't have any money, then you don't need to be with her in the first place.
Okay,
because your situation is totally different. It ain't like you sitting at the crib. It's not like you sitting at the crib because you want to sit at the crib. Like, it's not because you at home because you want to be there. It's because you are hurt and you need to be at home. So if a woman is nurturing enough to say, you know what, babe, I understand you ain't got no money. Let's go on a date. Like, let's go here, let's go there. Don't listen. Don't make me get on.
Wait, I am confused. So the person is not in the position to date, and they're trying to date, and they're expecting a woman to be understanding.
No. The person is in the position to date, but at this time, he is physically hurt, like physically, so he can't work at this time. And so what he was saying was that before he was hurt and he was working, women wanted him for his money. And now that he's hurt and not working, he's single, and that's probably the reason why he's single, because he don't have no money.
Okay, so what I have to say is that sucks. You one of those females that you was talking to obviously didn't like you for you. Otherwise, you would at least have one who would still be, kind of down with you. But on the other hand, I must say, if one of them stopped giving you the vagina, would you stop answering her calls and stop talking to her? Or would you be like still hanging out with her, getting hard for no reason?
And my thing is too, like, another thing going back to like
quick to be like, oh, my money. But if we be like, you know what, I don't feel like it. Well, shit. Just please let men call into the show. How many of you are dating a woman that you are not having sex with? And that's the only female that you dating. The only one.
If you would like to chime into this lovely and amazing topic, please call 347-989-8472 and press 1.
And live. Press 1 and live.
You know what I wanted to
some
say?
Boo on the side that y'all still getting it from.
You know what I wanted to say too, Sin, was that like another thing going back to the black man, black woman thing, because black women today are not willing to build with a man. Like,
that's true.
At every stage of our lives, we're able to build with a man and build differently. Like when you're in your 20s, okay, yeah, we can be broke, we can go to college, we can build together. Or when you're in your 30s, I might be a little above him or he might be a little above me. We can help each other get there. And then in the 40s, like me, you actually have to have some kind of foundation. You have to have those things, and then you have to have that car, that house, and everything, and then we can build from there, but we're building different.
I need you to listen.
We're building different. So
in my 30s, I need you to have some type of substance. I'm not asking for you to be perfect, but you gotta give me something now.
Yes. At every stage, that's what I'm saying. At every stage, the man has to be different. I mean, you can build with any man at any stage in life, but if you a CEO, you ain't finna go get somebody who just getting into college or who just in working regular jobs. You gonna want a man that's at least somewhere kind of by your level. So
you will
in
be
any
surprised.
stage. Because you know what, I thought for a long time, I was like, oh, I'm 45. I'm not building with no man. Then I got to thinking about, I would have to. With any man, regardless of what stage he's in, I mean, he has to be at a certain stage, but we're going to build different. We're not going to build from the foundation up because he's going to come with that foundation. We're going to build to where now, how can we get more money? How can we own something? How can we do something together type of thing? So it's a lot of, with the guy who was saying that, all the women have left him because he was always with the wrong women and he was giving them what they wanted. And when he wasn't able to provide that, so he never gave them any substance. And I want to ask for him, like he never gave them any substance to build on. What did you give them besides your money? What did you give them that made them want to stay besides your money?
Or did you
because you can't really blame the woman all the way because it's how he's approaching the situation. If you're spending money and that's all you're doing is spending money, you're not building anything with the woman. Like, what was the relationship with these women? And now that he's hurt, he can't even have a girl come bring him a meal or something like that. How was his relationship then with these women?
What I would like to know is, and, if you're still listening, because I'm real direct, are you easy to be around when you're not able to work? Are you nice? Or are you someone who's like you're going through it, so you kind of tend to take it out on the person that you're around, and you don't mean to, but you kind of do it? Because sometimes women can pick up on that. And if it's just like, a situation where every time you was with these women, it was always fun scenarios, and now that you are a homebody, you have a different personality, and it's not necessarily so lively. Like, have you maybe looked at that aspect of it, that maybe you didn't make yourself a homebody, likable type of personality? Maybe. Who knows?
I ain't even know what to say to that shit.
What'd he say? What'd he say? Come on, what'd he say?
I don't know. We gotta wait.
Oh, okay.
She was talking to you. She was talking to you. Just, I know you listening.
I mean,
so
because sometimes, it can be very emasculating, and you may not mean to. And I'm not saying that it's something, that's even what the case may be, but just being a female who has been around a guy who was miserable in the house and just was never like a social person and just was always like bitter to be around. Ugh. Delete.
Gator, you missed the whole statement, and ain't nobody finna repeat all of that. He gonna say, "What's the question?" You ain't listening to the show.
Are you fun to be around since you can't do shit, or are you mad at the world?
There you go. We'll wait for him to answer. But in the meantime, listen. In the meantime, what was I going to say? In the meantime, in between time, while we wait for him to answer, when we come back, we'll have an answer from him, hopefully. We'll see. I have another poem, guys.
Yay.
Are you ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Yeah. Hold on, I got to find it. Listen, the boards have not been being nice to me today.
Oh, what you need?
Nothing. I got it now. I was just trying to figure out what the hell I got going on. Hold on. Where the hell is it? Here we go. All right, so we got another poem, and we're going to listen to it. So we'll be right back, guys, right here on TDR Undressed.
A girlfriend will give you butterflies. A woman will give you eagles with wings strong enough to cause a hurricane in your lungs every time you take a breath in her presence. A girlfriend will make you smile. A woman will make your tongue feel like a 7-year-old little girl and your lips feel like the ropes that are about to help her double dutch her way into popularity. A girlfriend will come over to your house and help clean up your kitchen. A woman will come into your life and help clean up your credit. A girlfriend will ask you to do some shit like have sex with her or make love to her, but a woman will take up all of her insecurities, leave her pride on your pillows, and ask you to have your way with her or make God reconsider their policy on things like racism and sexism and poverty because they know that that is making love. A girlfriend will compliment your outfit. A woman will compliment your whole existence. See, you trip over girls. You untie your shoelaces, dig a hole in the concrete, blindfold yourself one forward and fall stone. For women, see, baby girlfriends are for teenagers. Tracy Ellis Ross and BET. You introduce girlfriends like, hey, mom, meet my new girlfriend. But us women are introduced like, this is the reason I've been sleeping lately. This is the reason my heartbeat can make a set of drums sound like the violin. She's the career that made me realize all of my old girlfriends were just jobs. And I had to work harder if I wanted to retire blissfully. A woman, she makes you taller. She's something like a spine. A girlfriend ain't shit more than a sling or a back brace, and I need a lot more than a care package after an earthquake. See, nowadays, most of us are too willing to sign for packages a lot lighter than we ordered. Now, I'm not saying that you can't turn a girlfriend into a woman. I'm just saying that shit is like trying to turn a PC into a Mac. Kim Kardashian into Oprah. Fucking Walmart into the Mall of America, and I've been dressing myself long enough to know what looks good on me. And I'm sorry, but a girlfriend is an outfit that my maturity has passed down to my little cousins years ago. Thank you.
Oh, I love that poem. I love it. I love it. I love it. We are back. And if you are just now tuning in, of course you are tuned in to another episode of TDR Undressed. And this episode is special and near and dear to every one of our hearts because this episode is about black men. We have considered and come to the conclusion that we absolutely love everything about our black men. And sometimes it's hard to come on, sometimes it's hard to express because of the way that society kind of makes us feel and the way that society puts things. But today we just wanted to let our black men know that we love them, we appreciate them, we love everything about them, from their walk to their stride to the way that you cuss. Everything. We love you. To the way that you smell, we love a real black man. Y'all know I have a thing for alpha males, though. I really do. I love a black alpha male. I love it. It's just something fucking about a black alpha male. I don't know what it is, but the manliness of them, not saying that somebody that's not an alpha male isn't as manly, but it's just something about a man who can say, "Man, sit your ass down somewhere," and like not mean it aggressively or bad, but just like, I don't know how to put it, but I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So Seneca, while we were on break, Seneca.
Like, I'm greedy as hell, but a lot of times I don't know what I want to eat. And I hate if I'm going somewhere and I'm like, well, what do you want to do? I don't know, whatever you want to do. I want somebody to be like, listen, I know this great spot. It's bam. I don't want to have to be with a man that I'm always trying to figure out where we're going to eat and all of this stuff. I want him to be able to take charge like that. And a lot of times these guys nowadays that, you used to go on a date with, they're like, I don't know, well, what you want to do? And I'm like, oh, my God, like, I don't think be by my damn self. I can figure that out. So, yeah, definitely a man that takes charge of the situation, and he can plan a trip on his own without asking me, like, babe, we're going to go here. I'm like, what? Yeah, I'm going, But if I have to tell the man all the time what I like, what I want to do, then, yeah, it's like it kills it for me. It just really does. So I definitely agree with you. I need a take charge type of man, an alpha male.
I love an alpha male. It's just something about them. I don't know. Okay, so while we were on break, Seneca Gator answered your question. He said, I'm awesome to be around, but not having money doesn't help. I've never been out of work like this, and I feel a little emasculated. I'm just being honest. So I haven't even tried. It was all good when the money was flowing, but, yeah, I was never with the right one yet. Not even my ex-wife, I'm just saying.
Well, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to take this time to create something, take this time to, pick up a new hobby, get to know something new about yourself. Sometimes we date for so long that we forget who we are. So maybe take this time to do that. I have a song, if I may play for you guys.
Yes, you may.
Okay.
Go
this
right
song
ahead.
For me has always been the epitome of the presence of a black man.
sad and hot. My sunrise and my darkest dreams. All my hostility pains when you kiss me. Come into my darkest room. Come where I'm waiting. I'm waiting here just to please you. All I want is you. All I want is you. Love on me. All I want is you. All I want is you. All I want is you. Love on me. All I want is you. Don't nobody hold me. Don't nobody kiss me the way you do. Nobody, don't nobody hold me. Don't nobody kiss me the way you do. Nobody. Not a day goes by that I don't burn for you. Find myself yearning for the heaven that you bring me from your black hand. Touch me, touch me. Wanna feel you inside me. All I want is you. Love on me. All I want is you. All I want is you. Come on. Love on me. All I want is you. All I want is you. Don't nobody hold me. Don't nobody kiss me the way you do. Assuming nobody. Don't nobody hold me. Don't nobody kiss me the way you do. Nobody. Don't nobody hold me. Don't nobody kiss me the way you do. Nobody. Don't nobody hold me. Don't nobody kiss me the way you do. Nobody. So you finally came. I've been waiting for hours. Kiss me. Just waiting. Come inside me. I have something for you. Kiss me. Come inside me. Come into my loving room. Come here. Where I'm waiting. Come inside me. Please you. No, let me do that. Come inside me. Kiss me. Rock my style away. Come into my darkened room. Where I'm waiting. To please you. Kiss me. Come inside me. Just a little while longer. Come into my darkened room. Where I'm waiting to feel you. So you wanna know if it's yours?
ladies.
No, you didn't take it back to higher learning, did you?
Listen. Do you remember? It seemed like now people don't know how to make love no more. She said, when you touch me with your black hands. What? Oh. Come where? Inside me. Oh, shit. Don't know body. Oh. Why must I wait?
My God. Oh my goodness. Caller. We have a caller on the line who wants to, I don't know if she wants to ask a question or talk, so we're gonna bring her in really quick. Caller, you are on the air. Hello, welcome to TDR Undressed.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi. You girls have touched on a lot of different subjects. I'm enjoying the podcast. It's very good.
Thank you.
I do have a statement. You guys are talking about what we love about black men, and I love the way that a black man supports their family. If you've ever seen how black men play with their kids and are protective of their kids, it is so sweet, especially the little girls. Like, the way they love them and support them. I had my dad my whole life in my life, so I can, my daughter has her dad in her life. But it's just so special, and that's what I love about black men, the way they support their families.
Girl, that is so dope. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I just want to let y'all in on a little something. That is my best friend of 35 years. That's my friend Yanetta. Thank you for calling in. No, because she's supporting, and I just wanted to give her little shout out. Thank you for calling in, and I appreciate her.
You're welcome, friend. It's a good show. I really like it. Y'all keep up the good work. It's a good show. I will be tuning in.
Thank you, Netta. We appreciate you tuning in. We most definitely do. This is laid back for us tonight. We laid back tonight. We trying not to act up tonight. We being nice.
Trying not to. Y'all already did. I've been dying laughing.
Because we know them black men, they real good at trying us,
Yeah, I know. We're going to keep it about love today. We're going to keep it about love.
See, exactly, we trying to keep it about the love. Because they didn't took us there a couple times in the chat already. They want us to know that they trying to get us to step out of our game. But,
black men.
Hey, they got to test us with not anything. You have to test the queen to see how queenly she going to stay,
Yes.
That's how they go.
Yes, so we got to keep our crowns. We got to keep our crowns up around here.
Yeah, you don't want nobody else do it. I tell you that much.
No.
So right.
Wait a minute. They got sex bots now, so on Facebook they said fuck us. And they were apologizing. They said if y'all was doing y'all job, we wouldn't be so excited about these sex dolls that we about to get.
Wow.
Oh my God. I saw those.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hopefully they don't hurt their
and they you can buy them off Amazon for like $2,000. I think they're like $2,000 for one.
Listen, have y'all seen this movie called Lars and the Real Girl?
No, girl.
Mm-hmm. It's with Ryan Gosling, and he orders him a sex doll, and he dresses her up and makes everyone treat her like a real person. He named her and everything. I mean, she had to die. It was like the most peculiar movie ever, and this was like years ago, and it was some crazy shit, and lo and behold, people are happy about it. Because when people saw him with the doll, it was in a wheelchair. They was looking at him and looking at the doll. He was like, yeah, hey, this is my girlfriend, such and such. And everyone was like, okay, what the fuck are we supposed to do? And then he was like, well, say hi. So, good luck, ladies.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck.
I need to give me one.
I don't know if I'm happy because I'm like, good. Let her do it. Shit. Let her do that shit. I ain't doing it.
We're trying to keep it positive.
Yes, we are keeping it positive. We didn't
went back to undress that quick.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. All right. Well, black man, you better not buy that sex doll.
I don't know why would that even be exciting to a man? Like, you can't get any feedback from that. You can't get a scent. You can't get a sound. Like, I think that's the freakiest shit ever. Like,
I think that's why they want
I need some interaction. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I need somebody to let me know it feels good, or you know what I'm saying? Get and then you doing everything yourself. You don't get carpal tunnel or something. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You doing all the damn manual work. And it should take the fun out of it.
You don't get carpal tunnel. Oh my God. Oh yes. Oh my God.
I mean, that just takes the fun out of it.
Okay, so since we talking about sex, right? I'm gonna tell you what I love about a black man. I love how amazing some black men are in the bedroom.
Oh yeah. Creative.
Yes, man. Listen, one time, okay, this guy. Now this is the best sex partner I've had in my entire life to this day. It's been 20-something years. Let me tell you, this man is so awesome. And even, a few years ago, I kind of fell back in, when I go home to Chicago. I ain't dealing with nobody. I would deal with him. This man made me come so good. I went blind for like 3 minutes. My eyes was open and I went black. I was like, that's a dangerous shit. That is dangerous.
He fucked you into pure blindness.
Oh, my God. I didn't know whether I was coming or going, child. I was like, what is going on? And to this day, that man is the best ever in my life. He's terrible for me. But as far as in that area, oh, my God. And it even got better as we got older. I would slip back every now and then.
Fucking somebody into blindness,
listen, I don't even know where that came from. I don't think I ever came that hard before in my life. in my entire life. But that was probably God. That was like
I love how much a black king can be a sexual being. When they are sexual, like, oh my God. Oh. Ah. Yes. Touch my soul.
You know what? I'm going to give me a cup of ice water right now. I'm just going to give me some water right now. Let me get one of these kids to give me a cup of water right now. Y'all know I'm single now.
Listen, we both are. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. We both are. Because, listen, I could go for some. Okay, never mind.
I'm just going to enjoy what's happening with my body right now.
Ooh.
Yes. Listen,
am I the one sweating up in here? I think my pits is getting hot, child.
I love, you know what, another thing I love? I love when I can pick up the phone and call a black man. And their voice be so sexy and seductive. They be like, hello. Oh, yes. Oh, oh, yes.
I like when they say my name. When they say my name, like how you saying, when he called on the phone and he say my name, I be like, say my name again. Say that again.
Again.
One more again.
But you know what? When I was in a relationship, the thing that used to really make me wet about talking to my man was when he referred to me as his wife. Refer to me as your wife one more goddamn time, and I'm going to come where you at, and I'm going to ride your face. Keep playing.
Somebody bring me some water up in here.
one more time to call me your wife on this phone, and I'm going to come and I'm going to put this vagina on your beard. Keep playing.
Oh, not on the face, girl. Not on the face.
Where else would you put it?
Got to put it on your face.
Oh, man, girl, you is terrible.
You can't be afraid to put it on the face.
No, you can't be afraid to put it on the mustache, girl. You can't be afraid to do it.
No. Don't let you have no full beard. Oh, my God, the friction of a full beard. Listen.
Oh, I ain't never had that before. You know I'm out of practice.
Girl,
you know what? As a matter of fact, I need to go and look up my membership in this beard game room over here.
Baby. Listen. Ain't nothing like a man in a beard. Oh, and don't let him have a bald head in the beard, or don't let him have like some nice crispy waves in the beard. Oh.
Child.
It's something about a man that's still in his 40s that is well groomed. I love a man that is well groomed in their 40s.
Oh, girl, I'm telling you, yes. Ain't nothing like it. A mature man, yes.
Yes.
That know how to hold the conversation too, yes.
Shout out to the men with the beards, first of all. Let's go there. Then shout out to the men with the nice, crispy waves that make you seasick. And then shout out to the bald-head men. Ooh, Jesus.
Okay, I'm going to just say this because I'm a shorty. Shout out to all the men 5'11" and up.
Yes.
Yeah, give me a 6. I'm only 5'3", but give me somebody 6'3", 6'4". I'd be like, oh my God, I'd be like a little baby. Pick me up.
I'm 5'4.5". I love a man 6'1", 6'2". Ooh,
girl.
Ooh.
See, y'all messing it up for women like me. It's just like buying shoes. I wear a size 10, but because some women like their shoes to be a little bit extra big, they be buying up all the good sizes. So when we come, it's like, it ain't that many left. So I'm 5'7.5", almost 5'8", and you think I don't want a man that's, you know what I'm saying, that tall too. But if you short-ass women steal all the nice height size men, we won't have anything left but the average size men.
Girl, I'd be standing in line. I'd be like, boo, pick me up at my armpits. Get me. Pick me up.
Like a little kid and shit. Daddy,
I'll hold my hands up. Pick me up, baby.
Daddy, pick me up, Daddy.
So do, girl. Woo.
Yes, I love it. So shout out to the men with all the good attributes. And it's, you know. Tasha, you got to get you a man with a beard so you can know what it feels like.
Girl, I'm gonna have to test that out now. I'm gonna have to put that on my list.
When you set it down on their face.
What you call that? Put that on my bucket list.
Yeah, and then what you got to do is you got to stand up in the bed and walk towards the top of the bed, right? And then you just got to sit it right.
Girl, I done took notes already. I got my $24 pen in my hand. I done wrote that down.
You gotta sit it right on his top lip, between his top lip and his nose, so that when he lift his head up a little bit, it's right.
What?
Yes, coochie. That's how they get getting beers, girl. They get beers from eating coochie. The coochie juice makes the beard.
All right. Let me go find me one. Let me put me an advertisement out here. Beards want it. Yes. Hook a sister up. I need to find out what that new stuff is all about. Word up.
But most definitely, we just wanted to tell our Black Kings just how much we love you guys. Tasha, tell us how you can be a black man's peace.
Okay. Now, this is it. Because a man has so much to deal with out in the world. And for me, being in relationships, I have learned how to be a man's peace. And how you do that is, when he comes home from work, even if it's some shit that you told him to do a long time ago and he didn't do it, don't bark at him when he come in the door. To be his peace, let him come home. Come in, baby. How was your day? Let him eat his dinner. Let him take his bath. And then when it's how you talk to your man. Even if you told him a million times to do something, don't be don't talk to him like he's one of the kids. Didn't I tell you to do it? No, you can't do that. You have to say, babe, remember when I asked you about, so-and-so? You can't bring the argument home. To be a man's peace is his serenity. When he comes home, he gets so beat up in the world by everything else. When he comes home, he needs to be at peace. So when he comes through the door, we ain't talking about shit other than how was your day at this point. Unless it's something urgent that we need to really address right away, a bill or something like that. When he comes through that door, make sure that you are his peace. There is no hollering. There is no screaming. He come in, say, hey, baby, like I said, how was your day? Dinner ready or whatever? Come on in here and sit down and eat. Once he has relaxed or he's sitting on the couch and got his time in, then it's your approach. It's how you approach him. Because a lot of times, we as black women, we all sometimes we get aggressive and we like, oh, didn't I tell you so-and-so? No, it's how you talk to the man. Learn how to not play down yourself, but learn how to communicate without all that hollering and fighting and all of that stuff. I've been through so many bad relationships, like I know how to be a man's peace. I know how to, when he comes home, or even if it's not an important thing that I asked him to do, I'll let him sleep on it till the weekend. Okay, babe, well, remember, during the week I asked you that, you think you're going to be able to do that? Don't always bark at him. Even though it makes you mad, sometimes you have to pick your fight with your man. Sometimes it's not worth it. It's the least minute thing that you have to argue about. So if you can actually check yourself before you speak to your man, before you bring it to your man, go over what you're going to say in your head. And you know how you've acted in relationships before. You know how those things turned out, and you meant to say this, but it came out that way. You have to learn how to be their peace, and that's what I'm saying. So when he comes home, it's not all that arguing and fighting and everything like that. You let him have his peace. You let him go on and watch the TV if that's what he do to unwind. You let him go on and play that game until he unwinds. And then you have a conversation. Or you wait till y'all laying in the bed and have, a conversation with him. And don't bark at him. And that's how you become a man peace. Give him his space and let him get home and relax first and unwind. And then you can go into whatever events of the day it is. That's how you learn how to be a man's peace.
Seneca, how do you become a man's peace?
I offer solutions to the problem. Basically, I don't like distraught behavior. I don't like things being in distress at all. So I have to fix it, and that's what I pride myself in, solutions. And that's my peace offering. So, I'm not an arguing type. I don't like to go back and forth. I like to solve it, get it done. That's pretty much it.
Okay. My definition. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to say. Let's say if he had a bad day at work. I'm a good listener. If he needs a solution to a problem at work, I'm there to offer that too. So, not just in battles at home. I offer solutions to life too. Try to be a helping hand, Sorry, I had to add that in.
Yeah, and you know too, like you know, there's certain chores that men do around the house that, you know, it's expected of him. Another way of being his piece is help him out. You know, if he out there cutting the grass, go out there and rake it up, or you know what I'm saying, trim the hedges or something. You know, don't just always expect him to be always the man. I'm not above taking out the garbage. I'm not above, you know, I can change a tire. You know, I can change my own tire type of thing, but you have to learn how to be your man's partner. And a lot of times, I noticed in my relationships before, if you hear me even speak, I am an aggressive person. I've always been aggressive. I went after the man. I'm like, I ain't waiting for him to ask me. I'm at the point in my life now where I'm just like, I'm playing it safe. You know, I'm playing my role. But like before, I was always aggressive. Listen, you going to do this and you going to do that. And I have learned to just be a man's piece. There's some things that, you know, that is expected from a man and a woman in a relationship, but don't always let that be the case. You know, there's nothing wrong with you helping him cut the grass and, you know, get out there and do some yard work and stuff. Don't always expect him to do it all. Ask him, can you help him do something? You know what I'm saying? Like being the piece is being his partner. Period.
That is cool once every blue moon, but I think that's what ruined the black man, to be honest with you, because I found that in the past I was that strong. Oh, I can change my own tire. I can do it. They like, what the fuck you need me for? I guess nothing. What do I need you for? I can do everything myself. Not realizing that I was like making them back away. Once I started acting like the damsel in distress, then, you know, it's sad. I'm very intelligent, but I have to play stupid sometimes because guys like to know that they're needed.
Yeah.
And just because I know how to change a tire, but I'm be like, oh, babe, my tire. He's going to be like, da 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 da.
Yeah, true.
You need me? Yeah, I need you. My tire. Then you make love. Oh.
Girl, you try it. Yeah, I'm not saying, you know, overwhelm it and, you know, do everything all the time, but it'll be nice, you know, sometimes he out there fixing on the car, you go out there. Look at you, girl. You already in the bedroom.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I'm still in the driveway. You already in the bedroom.
Put your booty in his face. You like, oh, babe. Which one is the tire iron, babe? Which one? I just don't know.
Well,
Maybe
my
if I look over
definition
here.
of you're crazy. My definition of being a man's piece is a little different, not too much different. My definition consists of letting a man be a man. A lot of times, like Tasha said, when you're a strong-minded woman, your biggest issue is letting a man be a man. And so we struggle a lot of times with the simple things, like Seneca just said, with the, I know how to change my tire, but you know what, babe, my tire, I think I got a hole in it. You mind, you know, seeing what's wrong or driving into Walmart instead of you like, you know what, you ain't doing it right, so I'm going to just drive it myself. Letting a man be a man consists of being humble to a certain extent when you are a strong-minded woman. I wouldn't say dumbing yourself down. It just requires you being a little bit. It requires you being humble. Being a man's piece is respecting him to a certain extent. Not even to a certain extent. Respecting what he has to say. Respecting that, you know, that he has an opinion. Respecting that he has feelings. Respecting that, you know, all of those things, you know, like he loves his family. So certain things really do matter to him. If you are a person that prays, pray for your man. Make sure that, in the morning when you meditate, and make sure that that's one of the first things that's in your meditation, is that, you hope your king have a great day. You have to be that defense mechanism for him to a certain extent. Listen to what he has to say. Compliment him. I can't say that enough. I cannot say that enough. If your king can get up and you put on a pair of shoes, he's like, dang, babe, them shoes are sexy. Then the thing that you can do is say, he put on a nice shirt. Oh, man, babe, that purple look good on you. Or, like, that shirt is nice on you, or that tie look nice on you. Compliment him. There is absolutely nothing wrong with complimenting your man and saying that you care about him. Another thing is help to take care of him in a certain extent. Have you ever dated a man and when he go to Walmart, he'll pick you up some body wash or buy you a cute bra he might have saw or something like that? Do the same for him. If you go in the self-care section and you see, like some beard stuff or some body wash or, a new toothbrush or his favorite toothpaste, get it. And when you get it, you say, hey, babe, you know what? I went to Walmart and I got you some new body wash. Or I went to Walmart and I got you some stuff to take care of your beard. Or I went to, you know what I mean? Like, learn how to treat him as he treats you. You know what I mean? Also, trust him. It's okay to put trust in your man. Because if you don't trust him, you are going to wreak so much havoc on your household. You have to trust him and understand that he wants a good and better life just like you do. And so you have to trust him. You have to understand that things are going to happen. He may be at work till 10, 11 o'clock at night, but he's trying to make sure that the family is stable. And you have to trust him because if you automatically, like Tasha said, he comes in the door, he been at work since, 7 o'clock in the morning, he didn't get home till 11. Oh my God, you been out since 11 o'clock. What the hell? Oh my God. He don't want to hear all of that stuff after he been hearing crap all day long. That's the last thing.
That's too damn bad. That's too damn bad. Because if I ain't talked to you since 3 o'clock and you're supposed to go up at 5 o'clock and you don't show up till 11:30 and I haven't heard a word from you.
Well, first of all, a real king is going to say, even if y'all in a long distance relationship, a real king is going to say, you know what, babe, I know I was supposed to call you at 4 o'clock when I got off, but I don't think I'm going to be off till 8 o'clock or 11 o'clock. So as soon as I get off, I'm going to text you. A real king is going to do that. When you're dealing with when you're dealing with a young man, then you get he coming home at 11 o'clock, and you like, where the fuck you been at? Like, I thought you supposed to be coming home at 5 o'clock.
Well, you hear that, guys?
You know what, Miss Myami, I like what you touched on. I like what you really touched on about as far as complimenting your man. That is something that women do not do. Like, men have feelings too. It's how we always say, the man is supposed to approach you. We never think about how they're afraid of rejection and stuff like that, and they have to always be the one who's coming forward. So I definitely salute you for bringing that up. That is, women don't spoil their men enough. So yes, you have to give him that compliment. You have to spoil him and treat him good too, and take him out sometime. And you're right, pick him up special things. Like me in a relationship, when I'm in a relationship, I'm like pure freaking putty. Like, I'm melting all over the place for my man, because it is important that he knows how you feel about him, because action always speaks louder than words. You can say it all day, but when you actually pop up with that body wash and he like, oh man, or them new pair of fresh socks and stuff, like, baby, I know you like these kind. Look, you know what I'm saying? So you got to make a man feel special, definitely. And
yes, you do.
I don't know
and
if I should be bringing this up right now, because it's probably a topic for another show, but what I like to do, like for my man to show him my appreciation, I make these things called romantic menus. I'm like super stupid sappy with romance. And the romance menu has nothing to do with food. So I don't know if y'all want me to go in detail on that right now, because that could be
No, we gotta say that for Valentine's Day, because
we're gonna save it.
I'm gonna compile the single women of TDR Undressed, because some of us are not single. Some of us, because Valentine's Day I'm gonna be at the house because I don't, that's just how love goes. Sometimes I don't have a Valentine. This is gonna be. I don't know. Okay, we ain't talk about that. We'll talk. Listen, you have brought it up, see, but it's the small things that matters, guys. So just don't feel like, you can't buy things for your king or whatever the case may be. Make sure that you do those small things for him, and make sure that you take care of him, and all of those things. Well, with that being said, guys, well, first of all, I have to say hi to these two while they're on the line. Hi, guys.
Hello. How are you, ladies? It's a lot of estrogen flying in around.
Put them back on hold. I do not want them to
I'm gonna put you back on hold.
Anything nice that we said.
Hi, Miss Matt. How are you?
Hello. I'm so mad that y'all heard anything that we said.
Oh, tragedy. And
we'll be back next week, and we didn't mean any
and
of
we
it.
love you back.
It's like, I'm playing. I'm playing.
We'll be back to our shenanigans next week. We'll be back to our regular shenanigans next week.
It was a great show. It was a great show. I loved it.
So. Wow.
Thank you. We were pretty
How do you know
fair,
that it was a great show? How do you know that it was a great show, sir?
This was
because,
an awesome show,
Awesome. Go ahead. Tell them, Gator. Awesome show.
I mean, from the opening to the close, like, whoa.
Uh-huh.
Man.
Well, I wasn't here on the opening, but I came in the middle.
Uh-huh.
And for the things that I heard, it was a good show. It's a good show. I mean, y'all, the ladies are, come on, the ladies undressed always do it big.
I'm like, where are these women at? Oh my God.
Well, we just really wanted to show our appreciation to the real Black kings that take care of their family and are nurturing and are caring. Because sometimes, you get wrapped up in hearing the bad things or the negative things.
Yeah.
As soon as I got your text, the good things and the bad things or whatever the case may be, you get wrapped up in those things, so you don't hear enough of how amazing you guys are. So we just wanted to take time out just to let everybody know how much we appreciate all the kings, the real kings. Let them know how much we appreciate you guys, and we admire you guys, and we love your scent. We love your smell. We love your walk. We love your talk. Even when y'all get on our nerves.
I mean, take them all just now.
That's very good to know.
And kings, y'all got to learn how to be honest with these queens out here. Y'all have to start learning how to be honest with these queens out here. And if you're dating or in a relationship, you be honest with that person. It is okay to be able to confide in your queen, and if you cannot, then that's not the person that you need to be with.
Absolutely.
And I mean what I say, and I say what I mean. And if a queen cannot support you at your lowest, then they don't need to be with you when you're flourishing and when you're doing well.
I agree with that too.
So you guys never forget that, and know that if nobody loves you, that the women of TDR Undressed love you guys so much, and we appreciate you. You guys keep up the great work. Keep being amazing fathers and better brothers and uncles and cousins and all of that. Y'all keep up the amazing work.
Wow,
right? That's
wow.
We appreciate it. We appreciate it.
Now it took me a little bit of growing to be able to do this, so I'm actually surprised at myself because within the past year, I've done a whole bunch of growing. I'm not even going to lie to y'all. I've done a whole bunch of growing within the last year, maybe last couple months. I've done a lot of growing. And so it took me a while, but it's okay. I think it's okay. Everybody has their moment where they grow and they flourish and they get better, so I'm better now. I'm bitter because I was bitter. Y'all know, well, if y'all listen to the show, y'all know I was a little upset and bitter, but I'm better now.
Takes time.
But we love you guys, and we appreciate you guys so much. Keep up the great work. Keep working hard. Keep being out here making this money and getting better and making getting these hobbies and making them better and all of that stuff. All of it.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, we appreciate that, and I mean, we appreciate y'all real queens out there too. You know what I'm saying? We definitely appreciate y'all real queens. Definitely appreciate y'all, the ones that, you know, like y'all made some good points as far as, you know, being a man's piece, and at the same time, you know, just to add on to that, at the same time, a woman, a queen is to be her king piece. At the same time, your king is to be your piece as well. And a lot of times, a lot of men forget to uphold their women and support their women. You know, they just feel that they just have to be that king, and a lot of times, you know, a man can forget that. So you gotta support your queen too, and put her on that pedestal that she deserves to be on, and keep her there. You know, so just want to say we support y'all queens too.
No, we appreciate that. We most definitely appreciate that. Well, you said what?
I got a show.
What did you say?
I'll let y'all know about it. I said I got a show.
Okay.
I need y'all to come to. But I'm gonna let y'all know about it.
We'd love to.
Yeah.
We'd love to help you guys, most definitely. Any way that we can, we'll help you guys. All right, with that being said, we're going to let Tasha give her shout-outs. I'm going to let y'all give y'all shout-outs, too, so stick around for a second. Tasha, you give me a shout-out, boo?
Uh-oh.
I don't know where she at. Tasha gone.
I was typing on my computer. I'm sorry, and I didn't want to disturb everybody. But I want to thank you two lovely ladies, Miss Myami and Miss MackafterDark. I appreciate y'all for letting me be a part of the team. Every week I got to give y'all love and shout out. I just appreciate y'all letting me be, you know, involved in this. This is so exciting to me, and to the Tone Deaf Radio family. I appreciate all of you guys and everything, and hopefully we can keep on doing this thing and bringing y'all all the latest stuff and keeping up with all the latest trends. So thank you guys. And to all my Black Kings, I love you.
All right. Gator, give your shout-outs, boo.
Shout out to y'all, definitely. TDR Undressed goes in every time I listen. I learn something to get caught up. To the family, TDR family, I'm like Tasha. I'm new too. I appreciate y'all accepting me in, getting pretty much everything that I do. And that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let me shout out Ty, Rail, James, and Stephen. Is his name Stephen Wilkins?
Yes, his name is.
For last
Stephen
night
Wilkins.
coming on the breakdown. That was an awesome show. People are still talking about it. So yeah, I just want to say I appreciate them. Don't know if they're listening, but I'm sure they'll hear it.
Okay. Mr. Cal, go ahead, King.
First and foremost, just like Gator said, definitely want to give a shout out to the ladies of TDR Undressed. Shout out to Myami. Shout out to Seneca Matt. You know, shout out to New Edition Tasha. Like, y'all always do y'all thing. Always, you know, the show is always amazing, and y'all always keep us fellas on our toes. you know, always keep us on our toes. So, you know, shout out to y'all. Oh, yeah, definitely. And y'all do a damn good job at it. So, shout out to the queens of TDR Undressed. That's all I want to shout out.
All righty. Well, most definitely, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in to TDR Undressed. You guys could have been 1,000 places, but you were here with us, and we most definitely appreciate that to the fullest extent. We most definitely appreciate all of our kings that tuned in to the show tonight. We most definitely appreciate that. Shout out to our two of our favorite kings, most definitely Gator and Cal Cognac. We appreciate you guys for tuning in to the show. Thank you so much. I'm going to give shout-outs for Seneca Mack, of course. She had to step away. Her daughter got sick, so make sure that y'all keep her daughter in you guys' thoughts and prayers. Her daughter got sick during the show, so she had to step away for a second. So, Seneca, we miss you, boo. And we thank you guys so much for tuning in with us again. We appreciate it, Kings. We appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Keep doing what you do. You guys keep staying encouraged, keep your head above water. Of course, this world is not easy and most definitely not always, you know, good for our kings. We most definitely going to keep uplifting and encouraging you guys to the fullest extent. Well, we love you guys so much. Thank you so much for tuning in with us. We'll see you guys next week, same time, same place, right here on TDR Undressed. Peace.
Brown skin, you know I love your brown skin. I can't tell where yours begins. I can't tell where mine is. Brown skin, up against my brown skin. Need some every now and then. People from maybe Mississippi or Ireland. Apparently your skin has been kissed by the sun. You make me want a Hershey's kiss, your licorice. Every time I see your lips, it makes me think of honey-coated chocolate. Your kisses are worth more than gold to me. I'll be your almond joy, you'll be my sugar daddy. Brown skin, you know I love your brown skin. I can't tell where yours begins. I can't tell where mine is. Brown skin, up against my brown skin. Need some every now and then. Something magnetic pulls me and I can't get out. Disoriented, I can't tell my up from down. All I know is that I wanna lay you down. Every time I lay you in, abracadabra magic happens as we swim higher and higher. Finally we reach heaven. Come back to earth and then we do it all again. Yeah. Brown skin, you know I love your brown skin. I can't tell where yours begins. I can't tell where mine is. Brown skin, up against my brown skin. Need some every now and then. So brown, lips so round, baby, how can I be down? Beautiful mahogany, you make me feel like a queen. You make me